Josh, take a deep breath. You've done all the Hebrew. There's the breath. Josh, we ask our B'nai Mitzvah students to do three things. We ask you to be our Shaliach Tzibor, which you have done excellently. We ask you to be our Baal Koreh, our Torah reader, and you did that beautifully. And then we ask you to be our Darshan, our teacher. And you've written some incredible words to teach us with, and we'd love to hear them now. Slow.
Have you ever made a promise? We make them all the time. The Torah is all about promises between the Jewish people and God, but there are specific ones that the Torah focuses on more, and I have some questions about them. Why does the Torah say you can't enjoy or drink any wine or any other intoxicant, not even trimming your hair or eating grapes? Why do Nazarites do this, and why would somebody promise to vow even if it takes so much sacrifice? There are many reasons why somebody becomes a Nazarite. Some people that want to be a Nazarite both want to quit their bad habits and become closer to God. This is because before becoming a Nazarite, people sometimes drink a lot or do things that can distance themselves from God. They are hoping for something from God. When they desperately want something, they commit a part of their life, like their child, to God. For example, the child is promised to become a Nazarite. The most famous example of this is Samson. When God said to Samson's mother, "During your pregnancy with Samson, you are not allowed to drink any wine or intoxicant, and have to promise to never cut your child's hair." There is a reason for this. Nazarites wants God's greatest blessing. This blessing ensures God will save you and protect you. Becoming a bar mitzvah can be compared to being a Nazarite. Like a Nazarite, you have to dedicate yourself to God and to significant learning. In becoming a bar mitzvah, I had to learn many blessings, prayers, the Torah, and writing this speech. Also, both involve receiving something at the end. The Nazarite gets the award of God's greatest blessing, but being a Jewish adult and becoming more connected to Judaism is a reward too. In the end, we are closer to God as a Jewish adult. We are seen by the community as one, and we are taking more responsibility as one. The commitment is worth it in the end for both sacrifices. Though the vow of a Nazarite is temporary, but becoming a bar mitzvah will be a permanent change for my Jewish life. I'll have to take on mitzvot, Jewish commandments. These important responsibilities that I will be taking on as a Jewish adult include fasting on Yom Kippur, being closer to the temple by showing up to Shabbat services, and being a Madrik and serving as a good example for young Jewish kids. People have many commitments in their lives. Some are harder to fulfill than others. Everyone struggles at different points with their commitments. No matter what, it is usually more rewarding at the end than when you begin. I believe everyone should commit to things because of the benefit. I've sailed for 7 years, and I wasn't great the first year. This past year, I got an award for the best sailor in an opti of the entire yacht club. The work was really hard, but the skills I learned were worth it. What I really love about Judaism is the community and the people that will always support me no matter what. This community has supported me greatly, helping me with the huge amount of work as I've prepared to become a bar mitzvah. And I would like to thank some of these people. I'd like to thank my Kesher teachers over the years, the security staff, and all the people who work in the building. In particular, I'd deeply like to thank my bar mitzvah tutor, Harriet, for going above and beyond and helping me every day to make sure I know my Hebrew and prayers. I'd like to thank Cantor Mann for spending lots of time preparing me during my beam rehearsals even before. I am thankful and would like to thank Rabbi N.B. As far as I can remember at the temple, Rabbi N.B. has supported me in many ways with my Jewish education, and I would like to thank you very much for all you've done to help me in my preparations. I'd like to deeply thank my brothers, Nate and Theo, for both giving me advice at times, treating me like a good brother, and helping me with whatever I need, from math to my sailing career and to my Jewish education. I'd like to thank all of my grandparents. I'm always excited to see you all. You have always supported me, and there's never been a moment where you have told me I am wrong. You have kept me company when my parents are out of town. I can't express my feelings to how amazing you have been to me. Last of all, to both of my parents, you have chosen the best for me and supported me with everything. I appreciate that you encourage me to be the best I can be. I can't thank you enough for bringing me to the temple and giving me everything I need. Thank you for all the experiences I had a Jewish child, and thank you for loving me. Thank you to all of you for being here to celebrate me today.
Mazel tov, Josh. Now you get to have a seat, and I get to share some words to you. Josh, your Torah portion comes from the book of Numbers, the 4th book of the Torah. Much of this book shares the story of the Israelites traveling through the desert, frustrated and confused, wishing they were back in Egypt. There are a few stories that stand out as special or particularly interesting, and you had the privilege of reading one of those stories today. You taught us beautifully about the Nazirite and about making vows. Friends, when we make a vow or a promise, we commit to doing or not doing something. Making a vow requires two things: knowing to what you are agreeing and why. The rabbis in the Talmud, one of our most ancient Jewish texts, argue, as they like to do, about what happens if you make a vow and then cannot commit to it. Let me give you an example. If you say you are not going to sleep for 3 days, you are agreeing to stay awake for 3 days. So far makes sense. Let's say you are making that vow because you want to get a lot of work accomplished. Great. However, not sleeping for 3 days is impossible. Our bodies need sleep, and we, so far that I know of, cannot stay awake that long. So we've made a vow in vain. The rabbis have a problem with a vow like that because it's not actually intentional or possible, and they say there are significant consequences. Josh, you are someone who seems very unlikely to commit to something in vain. Rather, if you promise to do something, whether with regard to sailing, aviation, or this bar mitzvah, I and everyone here knows you're going to follow through. You might ask a lot of questions along the way, but once you make a decision, you're there. Josh, you're curious. You make sure you understand exactly what is happening. And I believe that you will take that same dedication that you put into your bar mitzvah preparation into anything you do in your life. Josh, when I met with you and your parents in preparation for working together, you told me that becoming a bar mitzvah, specifically today, is the most important day of your life so far. You said it filled you with a sense of pride, and you knew it was about helping you become a man. So Josh, today, you take your place in the Jewish community as a Jewish adult. You took your vow to become a Jewish man. You stood on this bima, having put in the time and work to reach this day. You are strong, resolute, and now you have the opportunity to continue to share that learning with others. In whatever way that is, hopefully as a madrich, like you said, in Kesher, you will be phenomenal with our kids. Josh, we cannot wait to see what other vows, Jewish or otherwise, you commit to as you continue on your path. And now Cantor Man and I want to offer you the oldest blessing in Judaism up at our ark. So we'll invite you to our ark and we'll invite everyone to rise in body or in spirit.